Hi guys, my name is Roger, and I'm building a mid-engine supercar in the basement of my home. Let's take a look at what I've been working on this week. So I told you guys last week that I had a big surprise for you this week, and my big surprise this week is we have a visitor. And my visitor is Fatah. He's visiting from Algeria. He is here to help work on the car.
Hi everyone, I'm happy to be here with Roger, seeing the car here, and it's very impressive too. It's a good job. Congratulations. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And we're going to be working on the car, doing a lot of careful measuring on the body to make sure that everything aligns and fits correctly with my chassis that is already built. So that's going to take quite a few measurements, and he is going to do some modeling in SolidWorks. And while he is modeling, and even after he's modeling, I'm going to go ahead and remove this engine and transaxle and start working on the brake, the rear brake actuator, mounting it and programming it and getting it working, and try to get the engine and transaxle put back in the car. But first thing we're going to do is take the car out for a quick drive. I'm going to give Fatah a ride in the car, and then he's going to drive the car himself. But let's go get these rides out of the way, and then we'll come back and get to work. Well, as far as what I accomplished on the car this week, I guess you saw me remove the transaxle here, setting in the floor. The clutch is sitting over there next to the box of wires. And I started installing the parking brake actuator and attaching all the cables and everything securing to that. Luckily, when I removed the transaxle, I noticed that I was able to mount this piece here on this cross member, and I didn't have to remove the engine, so that saved me a tremendous amount of work. And I was just barely able to get in there and drill and tap the holes and put the rivet nuts inside the tube, but I was able to, so was happy for that. You can kind of see here what I'm doing. This is the joiner. I have one cable coming from the actuator here, pulling on this piece, and then this piece attaches to the two cables to each of the rear wheels and pulls them. The only thing left for me to do here is to mount this limit switch, so when the parking brake is completely off, that it triggers a switch that stops the actuator motor, and that will activate the light on the dash itself, telling me that the parking brake is actually completely off. And this is what the actuator looks like underneath. I had showed you before that I made this mounting plate, and I ordered spacers, if you can see those or not, to raise the actuator the correct height so the cable aligns perfectly here with this junction box to pull on the two cables. And all of that aligned and looks like it's going to work great. The only thing left for me to do is the wiring. And all of the wires are running here to this area. The actuator is just on the other side of that frame member, so all of the wires come here, the power wires from the front of the car, the ground wires, or the two motor wires. And I will mount relays here. I had purchased two relays to do this, but I forgot that I had used the relays somewhere else, so I had to purchase two more. And they should be here in a day or two, and I can go ahead and wire all this up to work correctly. And I've also started running the wires from the front of the car. I've made it back to here so far. These four wires will be running over to the actuator. Two of these wires are power. There's an on power signal and off power signal, and the other two will run to the limit switch for the light on the dash to tell me that the emergency brake is on or off. So I just have to run these the rest of the way around the car and connect all of this. I guess that's going to be about it for this week's video. I wanted to say it was nice having Fatah here to visit. I know he's done a lot of work on the body design, and for him to be able to see the car in person and actually take a ride in it and drive it was great. I hope he enjoyed it, and there's a chance we'll see him again in the future. He's coming to visit sometime in a few months in the US, and maybe he'll have time to stop by again and check in on us and see how much progress we've made on the car, and possibly even started on some body pieces by then. But I guess that's going to be it this week, and I'll see you guys again in 1 week.